Masters Mania is sweeping the globe. But if you're a little skeptical of the timing of this video and you think that I only put it out this weekend to capitalize on even a little bit of that excitement, well, I've got news for you, pal. Oh, 100%. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. What's up, guys? I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. If you're a sports fan and an avid lawn care enthusiast, let's face it, the athletes aren't always the stars of the show. And whether that's golf, baseball, football, soccer, or any other sport that requires a tidy turf grass playing surface, the grounds crew, they're the real unsung heroes, and they deserve a lot of credit. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can create and maintain your very own golf course style lawn. Before we go over any steps, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was in the right frame of mind, so I wanted to give a visual. I maintain my yard at about 1/2 inch high, which is approximately fairway length, and here is what a golf ball looks like sitting in my backyard. Now that we understand exactly what I'm talking about when I say golf course style lawn, and this is a look that you're after, the first thing you want to do is identify your grass type. So in the South, there are two main types of grasses that are going to lend themselves to this look, and that is Bermuda, which is what I have, and then Zoysia. Zoysia can be a little trickier because depending on the cultivar, some like to be mowed a little higher, some a little lower, but those are the two. If you find a golf course style lawn in the north, most likely those are going to be either Kentucky bluegrass or perennial rye. After you've ID'd your grass type and you know it can achieve this look, the next thing you're going to need is a reel mower. And this is mine. It's a Toro Greensmaster 1000, also known as a power cylinder mower or a greens mower. This is the type of machine that you would see cutting the greens at a golf course. And I picked it up off of Facebook Marketplace in 2019. So I've had it now. This is going into my 6th season. And these things are built like tanks. They're very heavy. They are built to last. And it's going to start on the first pull, pretty much guaranteed. If not the first, definitely the second. And the reason you need a reel mower is because you're going to achieve a much higher quality of cut than you would with a traditional rotary mower. And on top of that, reel mowers can usually mow a lot lower than most residential rotary mowers. So here's a look at what a reel mower looks like on the bottom. So in the front here, we have this front roller. The back, you also have a drum, so it doesn't move on wheels, it moves on this drum and this roller. And then underneath here, you have what's known as a bed knife and the reel. And the reel spins at a very high rate of speed. And then when the grass is between the reel and the bed knife, it cuts like a pair of scissors. So I brought over a piece of paper and I'm going to show y'all exactly how it cuts. So we're going to use this strip of paper to simulate what it's doing with the grass blades. And like I mentioned, once the grass blades are between the bed knife and the reel is going to spin. And then you see that it cuts just like a pair of scissors. And that's also how you test your reel to make sure that it is sharp enough to cut your grass effectively. The reel mower and mowing with it consistently 2 or even 3 times a week is going to be 90% of the secret sauce in achieving that golf course lawn look, because it's going to give you the cut quality, it's going to give you the height of cut, and it's going to give you the ability to lay stripes in your grass. If you're finding value in this content, please take a moment to leave it a like, and if you're not already, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Now back to the video. And speaking of stripes, let's talk briefly on those. You get stripes simply by mowing in different directions. So where we're looking at right here, the light stripes are where you're mowing away from your vantage point, and the dark stripes are where you're mowing towards your vantage point. So these blades of grass have been pushed over that way, so they're lighter, and these blades of grass are pushed over towards me, so they appear to be darker. Now, unfortunately, and this is something where I'm a little jealous of our cool season counterparts, Bermuda grass does not stripe really well because it's more rigid and it has a tendency to stand back up after you mow over it. But if you have Kentucky bluegrass or if you have perennial ryegrass, it's going to stripe beautifully. And if you have a golf course style lawn, then you can't have a bunch of weeds. And these are the only 3 herbicides that I've ever used in my lawn. And from left to right, that is prodiamine 65WG, which is a pre-emergent meaning it helps prevent future weeds. And then I have 2 post-emergents, and they are Celsius WG. That is going to be my primary weed killer. That's going to knock out broadleaf weeds, so probably 80 to 90% of the weeds that pop up in my lawn. And then sedge hammer. Sedge hammer is going to be used specifically for nut sedge whenever I have nut sedge outbreaks in the damp areas of my lawn. I should throw in this caveat here. I have a warm season Bermuda grass lawn. If you have a cool season grass, then you're going to need a different set of herbicides. Just make sure you're always checking the label. And I'll be honest, aside from the pre-emergent, I use those other 2 products very sparingly, mostly because I don't have to. Because once you get your Bermuda grass healthy and growing correctly, it's going to choke out most of the weed pressure across your entire lawn. The next big thing, and this isn't unique to golf course style lawns, is water. We don't want to be watering too often or too little, and usually what that's going to look like is 1 or 2 watering days per week, where we're trying to get down between 1 inch to 1.5 inches of water. You can see there are some areas in my yard right now that are a little bit worse for wear because they're not getting enough water yet. We haven't been getting barely any rain, and I've only run the irrigation system once, but hopefully as the season goes on, as those areas get more water, they perk back up. The next thing you're going to need is some fertilizer for that deep dark green color, and I'm going to use this bag of Green Tracks this year. I had it in my garage left over from a previous season, and I just like to use materials I already have before going and purchasing something else. The analysis on this 50-pound bag is a 16-1-2, and we're going to jump over to the Lawn Insider lawn fertilizer calculator and show you exactly what we're going to do with that analysis. So first off, this calculator is completely free to use. There's no sign up and no strings attached. The first thing that you're going to see when you open it up is a blank asking for your lawn size. I know mine is approximately 4,100 square feet. If you have no idea how big your yard is, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. You can go to that site. It'll take you through a few steps, and you can figure out how much approximate square footage you have in your lawn. For price, we're not going to fill that out right now, but if you were at the store and you were looking to see which fertilizer gave you the best bang for your buck in terms of nitrogen, which is what you're looking for, then you could use that blank, but we're going to skip that for now. Product weight, our bag is 50 pounds. Desired N per 1,000, this is N per K, nitrogen per 1,000 square feet of lawn. A&M suggests you get down 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet of lawn every 4 to 6 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and put 1. And then for NPK, this is where that analysis comes in. So that was a 16, 1, 2. And once you put in all those numbers, it spits out the results. And you can go down here to total app size, and I can see that for me to put down 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet of lawn, I would need to use 25.63 pounds of product in my hopper. So if you've ever wanted to walk barefoot through your yard and feel like you're walking a fairway at Augusta, I just dropped a few tricks of the trade. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. If you liked it, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the content and you wanna continue to see more of it, hit that black subscribe button below. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those in the comment section below. I'll see y'all again soon. Lawn Insider, out.